I got to ask you, Brett, if I was as a financial business owner, either an attorney, real estate agent, et cetera, what would be the top three things that I should look to outsource? What are the top three things?
Okay, so first of all, we have a lot of CPA clients as well, and
Mm-hmm.
before I re-ask me that question in a few, but the genesis of this business Get Staffed Up is my co-founder. I said he figured out how to do this. He had a real estate law firm. He's also an attorney. So what he did is he got 4 people out of the Philippines to do all of the post closing, right? So you got, if you ever bought a house,
Yes,
and
it's
I'm not, right? I'm not a real estate agent, but there's just like, it seems like a million documents you got to sign and all kinds of
right.
stuff. And that's just you sign them and you leave. But now, he would scan them, they'd all get sent over, like encrypted, and then they would be reorganized and they got to be recorded here and all these things that have to happen with those files. So for the insurance industry, I mean, I don't know exactly what you sell and what you're doing, but if you set up a kind of an assembly line, why wouldn't you look to either buttress what you already have with additional hands on deck with with somebody that's remote, or organize the business that way. We're not advocates of replacing your current people or getting rid of your current people. We're advocates of hiring smarter, adding payroll that just crushes you every time you want to grow. And it's just like,
Right.
well, I'm so tired of this. I don't care if I really don't make any money. I'll just hire enough people. And man, that gets stressful, because what happens when the business has a little bit of a dip, like most do. So anyway, that's kind of my point, is that so many businesses can systematize things and have people remotely working those systems. Now, the top 3 things though that we do, so marketing assistants, right? Most business people have 100 new marketing ideas before they finish their shower in the morning, right? But what happens, like, that's a good idea, I'll get to it. That book, that story, that speech, all those things, we'll get to it. Well, guess what? Unless you get things off your plate, you will never get to it. And
Right.
our trademark phrase here is delegate your way to freedom. Free yourself up to do the things you want to do. When you hire an in like domestic US based marketing assistant, you're paying pretty big money. And so it's hard to find ways, because marketing, you're throwing things at a wall and you have all these ideas, but you don't know what works, and then it doesn't, right? Why not have somebody who's educated, smart, fun, energetic? They just happen to live in a different part of the world, so they cost less, right? So
And
you
when we're
work.
talking, I want to just kind of clarify something here, because you're 100% right. The cost savings is enormous. It is immense. I cannot stress how much money you can save by outsourcing these types of job positions. But when we talk about marketing, to your point, it's very easy for us to get caught up working in our business day in, day out. So offloading the marketing, I believe really strongly in that. When we talk about marketing, are you talking about content creation for social, or are we talking about paid advertising on Facebook? What are we referring to when we talk marketing?
All right, so marketing is something. If you're going to hire a marketing, like a chief marketing officer, somebody who's really going to come in and take the vision and run with it,
Yep.
to me, that's not something you outsource or that you do offshore. We're talking about marketing assistants. We're talking about doers, people that are going to do all the things that you need to do. One of the last things that a business owner should give up is the visionary part of the business, right? It's still your message, it's still your voice. So we're talking about delegating all of the little tasks, social media, content creation. And then you create ads on Facebook and LinkedIn, right? And you can promote those ads. You can run those things. Talking about email newsletters. We're saying, find me 50 Rotary clubs in the state of Florida and send them my new book and see if they'll have me as a speaker, because I'm an estate planning attorney and I want to target older people. And, some of those civic clubs have older people. I need a one sheet created. I'm going to try to get on podcasts. So many things that just take so much time. And yeah, you can go on Fiverr and hire someone, but it takes you just as long to go explain to someone who's not in your business. So for a set flat fee every month, you could pay us for an amazing marketing person. By the way, video, Trembly Law Firm, we have our own in-house video person. So everything we do, she's with me on Zoom. I record for a few hours, and now we have all this content that goes out, right? Because she's splicing it up. She's doing it exactly how we've told her to do, with our branding and our logos. I mean, it's amazing all the things you can get done when you figure out you don't need them in person for you. So
It's immensely powerful. And I just want to point out, when I onboarded my first team member, it took me 6 months to find the right person. That is an immense amount of time and energy and cash. Bringing onboarding doesn't work out. You interview them, they don't show up. There's all these steps to that. So I love the idea that, you offer kind of, you could have saved me 6 months of time, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's interesting. And for everyone out there, you can find out more at getstaffedup.com/VIP, and just let Brett know you heard him on the After Hours Entrepreneur, get you a hot discount. But yeah, it's tremendously powerful. What's the feedback that you get from clients when you hook them up with a new virtual assistant? What are they like immediately, like, this is what I've been missing all my life, Brett? What do they say?
Yeah, and I don't want to make this sound like I'm lying or that I'm overdoing this, right? But we have the dream situation going on. We are growing like wildfire, and 80% of it is by referral from our own clients.
Wow.
Like, you know how hard it is as a law firm to create raving fans and raving clients? With this business, right? It's like, where's this been my whole life? This is a no-brainer. By the way, we have a lifetime replacement guarantee. I hate that sounds like we're a tire dealership, but if someone leaves, it's going to take you 6 months to 9 months on your own to find someone else. If someone leaves and you're working with us, we replace them for you at no cost, usually within 2 weeks. And so you talk about the time that we're saving people. So for all these reasons, our business is growing by client referral, because they're saying, hey, I found this amazing person, talk to this company. And they're like, holy, you know what? Why didn't I find this 10 years ago? Which is what a lot of people tell us. So to answer your question directly, yeah, we have raving fans, and I never knew that term. I knew the raving fan idea, but I didn't know that it actually could exist until we started running this company.
Yeah, well, when you change someone's life and you're saving them tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars in staffing, you're going to create raving fans. That's the bottom line. And it's very easy, especially, I don't want to call out the older generation here, but it's very easy to get caught up in, this is the way we've always done it. This is the way that's always worked. We're going to keep doing it this way. But we're living in a weird time now. Technology, video interviews, social media, podcasting, this stuff is new. So I love the idea that you're experimenting and finding new solutions for these traditional industries that are very kind of steadfast in the way that they operate. I love the innovation. So I want to go back to a question we just looked at, Brett. We talked a little bit about what we should be looking to outsource first. We talked about bringing on marketing and social media help. What else should we be looking to outsource?
Yeah, so you said what are the top three things, right? Marketing's probably the third thing. The first thing is you're doing so much as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that you don't realize is getting in the way of you growing your business, right?
Right.
In order to be more, you need to do less. So if you write down all the things you do in a week, and then you take a highlighter, let's say you take a pink highlighter, like everything I hate doing, take a yellow highlighter, everything that takes too much time that I don't, that's getting in the way, that's your delegation list, because people always ask where to start. Hire, right. And there's domestic, but again, they're like $40 an hour, and you hire, 10 hours here, and now this next week you need 20, but then you're like, do they really work? Stop messing around with part-time. Go all in. Our company, we only do full-time staffing. We don't play time Tetris with people's time. And I also want to reiterate too, or maybe even just stay for the first time, most of our people come from Latin America. And we're even finding English as a primary language out of some different countries now. But you have to speak incredible English to work for our company.
Right.
This year, we're going to have 100,000 people apply to work at our company. That's the kind of infrastructure we built in 3 years, and where all of our money just pours back into building this infrastructure, mostly in Latin America. And we're going to place about 500. So that's, 0.05%. That's how we find the best of the best, and we hang our hat on finding amazing people, not on being the cheapest.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. I've got several other episodes right here for you. Smash one of these videos to make sure that you don't miss out on the tips, tools, and tactics of industry experts. Let's take that side hustle full time. Smash one of these links.